Dear students, today we will solve some example and numericals related to Gauss's law. First example 1.13. An early model for an atom considered to have a positively charged point nucleus of charge Jd. Early model for an atom is given and here point nucleus is given. It means size of the nucleus we have to consider point like, and it has charge plus Jd. We know that inside the nucleus only positive charge reside, so positive charge is there inside the nucleus and that charge is plus Jd. Surrounded by a uniform density of negative charge up to a radius r. Here negative charge is distributed around the nucleus like this. Having uniform charge density, the atom as a whole is neutral. Atom as a whole is neutral means total number of positive and negative charge must be same. For this model, what is the electric field at a distance r from the nucleus? This r can be anything. It means we have to consider 2 points. Electric field inside the atom and electric field outside the atom. Both we have to find. Because they have not mentioned where to find electric field. So we will find electric field inside the atom and electric field outside the atom. Now solution of example 1.13. Here first we will find electric field inside the atom. So I am considering one point P inside the atom. So let me consider one Gaussian surface having radius r. This is the spherical surface which I am considering and point P lies on this Gaussian surface. Radius of the atom is capital R. Radius of the Gaussian surface is small r. Here r is less than capital R. Total positive charge, that is plus Jd. Total negative charge is minus Jd. So we can say that atom is electrically neutral. First, when R is less than capital R, at that time, according to Gauss's law, flux phi associated with Gaussian surface is charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. But we know that flux phi is equal to electric field into area is equal to charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. Therefore, electric field into area of Gaussian surface. Here spherical Gaussian surface we have considered. So for spherical Gaussian surface, area is 4 pi r square. R we have to consider radius of Gaussian surface. E into 4 pi r square is equal to charge enclosed upon epsilon naught, equation number 1. Here positive charge inside the Gaussian surface is equal to plus Jd because whole positive charge lies inside the nucleus. So whole positive charge is enclosed by the Gaussian surface. So we can say that positive charge inside the Gaussian surface is equal to positive Jd. But whole negative charge is not enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Only this much portion. Only this much charge is enclosed by the Gaussian surface. So for negative charge, first we have to find volume charge density. We know the formula of volume charge density. Volume charge density is equal to charge upon volume. Charge we have to consider negative. So negative charge, total negative charge of the atom is minus Jd. So minus Jd upon this negative charge occupies volume 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. So the formula of volume charge density is minus Jd upon 4 by 3 pi R cube for negative charge. It gives charge per unit volume. Now we have to find negative charge inside the Gaussian surface. For Gaussian surface, volume is 4 by 3 pi small r cube. Charge per unit volume is minus Jd upon 4 by 3 pi r cube. Then what is the charge for volume 4 by 3 pi r cube? So for volume 4 by 3 pi r cube, charge, negative charge enclosed is rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. Rho, that is minus jd upon 4 by 3 pi capital R cube into 4 by 3 pi small r cube. 4 by 3 pi will get cancelled. What will remain? Minus jd small r cube upon capital R cube. This is the negative charge enclosed by Gaussian surface. But we have to find total charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Total charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface is total positive charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface plus negative charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Positive charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface is plus jd. Negative charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface is minus jd r cube upon capital R cube. So if we take jd common, then charge enclosed is equal to plus jd into 1 minus small r cube upon capital R cube. Equation number 2. From equation 1 and 2, we can write, according to Gauss's law, electric field into area is equal to charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. Electric field into area of the Gaussian surface 4 pi r square is equal to charge enclosed plus ze 1 minus capital small r cube upon capital R cube upon epsilon naught. If we make E subject, then electric field E is equal to ze upon 4 pi r square epsilon naught into 1 minus r cube upon capital R cube. Therefore, electric field E is equal to jd upon 4 pi epsilon naught. 4 pi epsilon naught as it is. If we take r square inside the bracket, then 1 minus 1 upon r square minus r square will get cancelled. What will remain? R upon capital R cube. This is the electric field inside the atom when small r is less than capital R. The electric field is directed radially outward because electric field due to positive charge is more than electric field due to negative charge. Therefore, net electric field is radially outward. Now, in second case, we will find electric field outside the atom. So, we have to consider one point outside the atom. So, let me consider one Gaussian surface, spherical Gaussian surface I have considered, and this point P lies on the Gaussian surface having radius small r. Here, in this case, small r is greater than capital R. So when small r is greater than capital R, at that time, if we apply Gauss's law, then according to Gauss's law, flux phi is equal to charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. But we know that electric flux is equal to electric field into area. So electric field into area is equal to charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. What amount of charge is enclosed by this Gaussian surface? Whole positive and negative charge is enclosed. What is the total positive charge? That is plus jd. And what is the total negative charge? Minus jd upon epsilon naught. So plus jd minus jd will give you 0. So electric field into area of Gaussian surface 4 pi r square is equal to 0. But area of Gaussian surface is not 0. Therefore we can say that electric field must be 0. So electric field outside the atom is 0. Now we will solve exercise numerical number 1.22. A uniformly charged conducting sphere of 2.4 meter diameter. One conducting sphere is given and that is uniformly charged. Diameter of the sphere is 2.4 meter. Having surface charge density 80 microcoulomb per meter square. Surface charge density sigma is given to us 80 microcoulomb per meter square. This sigma is positive. It means this sphere is positively charged. Find the charge on the sphere. First we have to find charge on the sphere. Second, what is the total electric flux leaving the surface of sphere? Then we have to find electric flux leaving the surface of sphere. Here I have considered one sphere of radius capital R, and here this sphere is positively charged. Diameter of the sphere is 2.4 meter. So radius will be 1.2 meter. Surface charge density, that is 80 microcoulomb per meter square. We know the formula of surface charge density. Surface charge density is equal to charge upon area. So charge, that is Q, upon area of the sphere, that is 4 pi r square. and we have to find charge on the surface of sphere. So Q is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square. Sigma, that is given to us 80 micro means 10 raised to minus 6 into 4 pi, that is 3.14. Radius of the sphere, that is 1.2 meter, 1.2 whole square. We will get total charge on the surface of sphere 1.45 into 10 raised to minus 3 coulomb. Now we have to find electric flux leaving the sphere. According to Gauss's law, electric flux is equal to charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. So we can consider any Gaussian surface. So flux phi is equal to charge enclosed. If we consider Gaussian surface like this, for which this is smaller. Now electric flux leaving the sphere will be like this, and that electric flux leaving the Gaussian surface we have to find. So electric flux phi is equal to charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. Flux phi is equal to, here charge enclosed, that is total charge 1.45 into 10 raised to minus 3 upon epsilon naught, that is 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. So electric flux leaving the surface is 1.64 into 10 raised to 8 Newton meter square per coulomb. Now we will solve exercise numerical number 1.23. An infinite line charge produces a field, electric field given, E is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per coulomb at a distance of 2 centimeter. So at a distance 2 centimeter from infinite line charge distribution, we have electric field 9 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per coulomb. Calculate the linear charge density. We have to find lambda. Here I have taken one wire that is positively charged. This is infinitely long uniformly charged wire, and point P is at a distance r, where r is equal to 2 centimeter. Electric field is given to us 9 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per coulomb at this distance. For an infinite linear charge distribution, we know the formula of electric field, E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught r. If we multiply and divide by 2, then it can be written as 2 lambda upon 4 pi epsilon naught r. But 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, that is 9 into 10 raised to 9. So we can write electric field that is given to us 9 into 10 raised to 4, 2 lambda as it is, upon r, that is 2 into 10 raised to minus 2. I have converted centimeter into meter because we have to take all the values in SI. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 2. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon, that is 9 into 10 raised to 9. If we make lambda subject, then lambda is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 4 into 2 into 10 raised to minus 2 upon 2 into 9 into 10 raised to 9. 9 will get cancelled, 2 will get cancelled. 4 minus 2, 2, 2 minus 9, 7. So the answer of this question is lambda is equal to 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb per meter. Now we will solve exercise numerical number 1.24. Two large thin metal plates are parallel and close to each other. The plates have surface charge density of opposite sign and magnitude 17 into 10 raised to minus 22 coulomb per meter square. Surface charge densities are given. Two plates, they are charged and their surface charge densities are having opposite signs. It means on both the plates opposite charge distribution is done. First we have to find what is electric field in the region of the first plate, in the outer region of the first plate. Then in case B we have to find in the outer region of second plate, and in third case we have to find between the plates. In all the three regions we have to find electric field. Here I have taken two plates which are kept parallel to each other. Plate A is positively charged and plate B is negatively charged. Both are having same magnitude. Here surface charge density of plate A is plus sigma and surface charge density of plate B, that is minus sigma. This is region 1, region 2 and region 3. First in region 1, electric field due to plate A, that is in outward direction away from the positive charge. Same way, electric field due to plate B, here negative charge is distributed. So due to negative charge, electric field is always towards the negative charge. So this is the direction of electric field due to plate A and electric field due to B. So we can see that in region 1, both the electric fields are in opposite direction. Here, so we can say in the outer region of first plate, electric field is EA minus EB. We know the formula of electric field due to infinite plane sheet, which is uniformly charged. For that, electric field is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. So sigma upon 2 epsilon naught minus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. So electric field in the outer region of first plate will be 0. Okay. Now we have to find electric field in third region. Here electric field due to positive charge, that is away from the charge in this direction. Electric field due to plate B will be in this direction towards the negative charge. So here also both the electric fields are in opposite direction. Therefore, in second case, electric field in third region is EA minus EB. So electric field, that is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught minus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, that is equal to 0. So electric field in the outer region of second plate will also be 0. Now we have to find electric field between two plates. Here between two plates, you can see electric field due to plate A, that is away from the positive charge in this direction. Electric field due to plate B is towards the negative charge in this direction. Here in region 2, both the electric fields are in the same direction. Therefore, net electric field in second region is E2 is equal to EA plus EB. So sigma upon 2 epsilon naught plus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, that is sigma upon epsilon naught. Value of sigma is given to us 17 into 10 raised to minus 22 upon value of epsilon naught is known to us 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. So we will get 1.92 into 10 raised to minus 10 Newton per Coulomb. This is the answer of exercise numerical number 1.24. Thank you.